Hey everybody, tonight we're diving into the wonderful world of food delivery apps. You know, those apps we've all come to rely on, especially during those late night cravings or when the fridge is emptier than a politician's promise. We're talking about GrubHub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Drizly. The gang's all here. They promise convenience at our fingertips, but lately there's a bad taste lingering. And it's not from the questionable leftovers. These companies, while making life easier in some ways, have been caught in a whirlwind of controversies. From sneaky, hidden fees to misleading claims about driver earnings, it seems like the convenience comes at a cost, and not just the one showing up on your credit card statement. One of the biggest issues, let's talk money, shall we? These companies often hit us with a barrage of fees, service fees, delivery fees, small order fees. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a delivery driver on a busy Friday night. And the kicker? These fees are often hidden in the fine print or tacked on at the very end of the order, leaving you feeling tricked. But it's not just the customers taking a hit. Drivers, the backbone of these platforms, are often squeezed too. They face pressure to meet unrealistic delivery times, deal with fluctuating pay structures, and often find themselves earning less than minimum wage after expenses. It's a raw deal all around. And then there's GrubHub. Oh boy, GrubHub. They took misleading practices to a whole new level. Remember that time they decided to add thousands of restaurants to their platform without actually asking those restaurants first? Turns out many of these listings were for ghost kitchens or virtual brands, basically restaurants that only exist within the digital world. This created a whole mess of confusion for customers who thought they were ordering from their favorite local spot, only to receive food that was, well, not quite what they expected. It also put legitimate restaurants in a bind, forcing them to compete with their own phantom doppelgangers. Thankfully, the good folks at the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, weren't about to let this slide. They slapped GrubHub with a hefty fine and forced them to clean up their act. This sent a clear message: transparency and fairness matter in the gig economy. No more shady practices, no more taking advantage of drivers or customers. But it shouldn't take a government agency to force companies to do the right thing. We, the consumers and the drivers, need to demand better. We need to hold these companies accountable for their actions. We need to read the fine print, support ethical businesses, and speak out against unfair practices. The gig economy is here to stay, but it's time we reshape it into something fairer, more transparent, and more equitable for everyone involved. So let's raise our voices, demand better, and make sure that the next time we order takeout, it's a win-win for everyone, not just the corporations raking in the dough. That's our show for tonight.